Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to another retro review. Today, I've got a new setup with this fancy card table. I've got 4 light bulbs in my light fixture above my head, and I've got the window curtains open. It is snowing outside right now, but they are plowing at the school I live across. You may hear some of that in the background, and I apologize. But I'm really excited that I've got this new setup, so I figured, what the heck? Let's do a quick review. So today, we're going to take a look at Classics Mirage. Bask in the view of him, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. Anyways, Classics Mirage is he's one of the Classics line. He's one of the later parts of the Classics line. He's a deluxe. He's a new take on Mirage. I think they used this mold like 3 or 4 more times. But I've got the Mirage version. Now, he's got this little crossbow weapon that becomes part of his vehicle mode later. And I think I need, I might need glasses at some point. There we go. It's got a little bit of writing on it. I'll see if I can get it so you can see it. I think that says Lithium drivetrain, but I'm really not sure, and my hand is probably shaking too much for you to be able to tell either, folks, so I apologize. But it's a nice little weapon, so I'll set that down. But he has a really nice face sculpt. I'll see if I can get that into view. Any luck? Any luck? There we go. That looks very, very cartoon accurate. He's just got a really nice face. Posability on this guy is pretty good. He's got wrists that move in and out due to transformation. His head moves forward and back, and then is also on a ball joint. If my meaty man hands will get out of the way, you can see that. Ball joint. Ball joint at the shoulders. He's also got a bit of up and down at the shoulders because of the transformation. He's got a swivel and a pin under that at his bicep, and then he's got a just a hinge at the elbows. His waist rotates all around. Mine is actually really loose, so he just spins. It's a little ridiculous. But then he's got ball joint at the hips, so he's got full movement there. And then he's got a knee, and he's got a little bit of, he's got actually really good articulation in his foot just due to transformation. Really good posability on him. But speaking of transformation, let's get into it. So we're going to start off by just taking his entire chest and folding it up, while at the same time rotating his shoulders forward. There we go. Take him up like that. Take him like that. We're good. Take his weapon. And there's a little tiny peg there, you can see that. And a little tiny peg hole inside there that you probably can't see, but maybe you can. But you're going to take that peg, put that peg hole in there. Then you're going to fold in his hands. And then you're going to come around to the back. You're going to take his feet. You're going to just flip his feet up. Actually, you know what? No, I think I did that wrong. Okay, here we go. So you're going to spin his body around, then you're going to flip up his feet. Okay, there we go. I'm capable of doing what I do. I'm very confident, too. Anyways, so you're going to peg the back half of his vehicle mode together. You're going to kind of wiggle, and there goes his weapon falling off. I'm sorry, folks. and you kind of wiggle everything into place like that. And then you can pop his... I have no idea. I think it's a spoiler. I don't know. I don't know my vehicle terminology. But it says Wiki Spark Plugs on it, which is, you know, really fun little touch. I did like some of the stuff they threw on with the decals and whatnot with the Classics. But anyways, last thing you do with Mirage is you take his arms, and as I recall, how do you get... there we go. Alright, so you take his arms, you twist them so they're pointing back, his arms are down like this. Then you fold his shoulders in like that. You come to the bottom of him. You take his arms, you flip them down so that they just sit nice and tight. Hold on here, like that. And they actually peg into his crotch, into the back of his crotch by the elbows, which is really nice, kind of helps hold things together. But then you sit him in vehicle mode. I'll back him up so you can actually see him. And ta-da! Mirage in his Formula F1 vehicle car. I don't know my vehicles. I'm sorry. He looks good. He looks very accurate to the to his original vehicle mode. He rolls very nicely, even across this really old card table we've got. This used to belong to my great-grandpa, and then it was my grandpa's, and then my uncle had it for a while, and then my grandpa again, and then it ended up in our basement after Christmas at some point, I think. Well, it was in our basement when I found it, so I'm using it for now. Anyways, Mirage is a nice update to Mirage, and this is kind of a cool little thing. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but his robot mode face just kind of peeks through the translucent canopy here, so it basically looks like he's driving himself, which is kind of a nice little touch. It's kind of cool. I had Combiner Wars Mirage, but then I was able to get this guy, and I didn't really care for the Optimus Maximus Combiner. So I gave Mirage to a friend, because I've got this guy now. I don't need Combiner Wars Mirage. But I like him. He's a really good figure. I'm going to be a little bit higher of my praising on him, which is weird coming from me. And I'm going to rate him a 9 out of 10, which I think is the highest praise I've given a figure yet. Might have to go back and watch the old videos and see if I've... either way. Classics Deluxe Class Mirage. If you can find him, I think I paid $10 for this figure at the local toy store that I go to, Retro Distortions. Yeah, I think $10 sounds about right. But if you can find this figure for about that price, or maybe a little less even, like you're at Savers or Goodwill or something, I'd say pick him up. He's a nice figure. He's good enough to keep in your collection. So with that in mind, this is Retro Reviews, signing off.